Genesis X was this past weekend, and it was a blast. This is going to be my personal wrap-up for the event. I will be going over other things about the event at later dates, probably basically just all week I'm going to be doing this, so be on the lookout for those videos. But today we're going to be talking about my experience and my run at Genesis X. Unfortunately, I did have a little bit of a prediction in my what's to look forward to Genesis X video, but we'll get back to that a little bit later. So Genesis was this past weekend. It was a fantastic time. I wanted to go over my runs, so let's start with what I did first, which was doubles. So I teamed with MVD, my new Stride teammate. Oh, by the way, I'm sponsored now, which is cool, which I'll be going over that in stream. But first off, we played against Bricks and Cody. I feel like they had a snake in this set. I don't remember who these people played. I apologies, but we did beat them 2-0. Afterwards, we played against Akabane and Kasaui, which I also don't remember who they played, which again, apologies. And then afterwards we played against Solid, Tips, and Legit. This was, I believe, Diddy Kong versus Snake, and it was a pretty close set. Like game one, I think games 1 and 2 I was Mii Brawler, and then game 3 I went Pikachu. So game 1 we won pretty handily. Game 2 I got hit with Diddy Kong stuff pretty early twice, and then game 3 I edge guarded both of them a bunch with Pikachu to advance into round 2 pools. And in round 2 our time did not get easier. We immediately had to play Orion and Enki, which are the French Wolf and Pikachu player, and that was a pretty close set. Both games were very close, although we did win 2-0. I think I went Pikachu game 1, and it ended up being a very close, like we both had one stock, high percent type of situation. And then game 2, I think we went a little bit more handily off of the back of me getting a really randomly early like up air thrupper on Battlefield on top plat against Orion at like 50 or something, so that helped a lot, so we won that set. Next up we played against Sonics and Taike. Game 1 I was actually running the suplex version of Mii Brawler, and I didn't like it, so I didn't end up, game 1 we lost, and then I ended up going thrust uppercut, or sorry, not thrust uppercut, I ended up going BDK, my normal single set, and that worked much better because I was able to pressure both of the Sonics when they were spinning in the corner. This set was so hard though. We have beat Sonics and Japanese Sonic teammate 2 tournaments in a row now, because the last time me and MVD teamed was at SmashCon, and we beat Sonics and Ken, and now we beat Sonics and Taike. We did get a little lucky where Sonics SD'd at like 30% or something like that. I think it was game 2, and that ended up being a last hit game, so we end up losing that, we end up winning that and get put into winners quarterfinals versus MK Leo Big Bosses. And this is actually misreported. We did lose 2-1. Dude, that set was so close. We barely lost game 1. Like I had the 2v1 comeback. I was doing so well, and I think I was Mii Brawler, but then Big Boss ended up clutching on me in the 1v1 aspect, but it was super close for my end. Game 2 we won. I got a couple of early thrupper kills, which really helped. And then game 3 I unfortunately SD'd twice, or like had like, you know, forced error type of situations. I tried to up B Leo's neutral getup, and then he like pushed me away from the ledge so I couldn't grab it, so I ended up losing a stock pretty early there. And then something else unfortunate happened. I don't remember if it was an SD or just I died early to just like Rob doing stuff, like Rob down throw into, you know, Joker forward smash or something like that. So that was a rough game 3. So we did end up falling into losers bracket, unfortunately, but that does not mean we were out. We immediately had to play against Zomba and Yanni. Yanni hadn't seen in a long time. Super happy he was back. I'm glad I ran into him. We didn't end up winning this 2-1. We won game 1. I think I was Pika the whole time, but we won game 1. Was I Pika? I don't remember. I actually don't remember who I played in this set, and this was off stream. So we ended up winning that 2-1. I don't remember how it went. And then afterwards we played against Send and Luis, and I don't care what anyone says. This is the best doubles team in the world. Send and Luis are ridiculous. They are so talented. I know they ended up getting 3rd. They've won multiple majors. They are just so good, and that combination of characters makes it really hard for both Pikachu and Snake, because Snake gets juggled super hard and really isn't able to play the game, can't use grenades because Ness heals off of them, and then I can't really recover super well. I'm not really getting edge guards on them as Pika, and then Brawler just got out-buttoned by Ness, especially in doubles when I can't camp, because that's how you're kind of supposed to play the matchup in singles. So we were down 2-0. I switched to Pika. I got 2 very early edge guards on Luis, probably at like 30, sub 30 or something like that, with Nair drag down 2 frames into down air. That was the only way we won a game, and then game 4 we got demolished. Like, it wasn't close. They just outplayed us straight up. It was incredibly impressive. And so me and MVD got 7th in doubles. Pretty good for not teaming in 6 months, just because we haven't been to the same event. So that was fun. Let us get into singles. and I wrote these down because I'm smart. My plan was to go a combination of both Pikachu and Mii Brawler in these pools, and it didn't really let me for the first couple of rounds because my round 1 was against Hanayome, who was a Chrom main, which is absolutely going to be a Pikachu matchup, and I won that 2-0 pretty solidly. My set 2 was against Hash, an Aegis player, and Aegis is also a hella Pika matchup. So I just went Pikachu, and again, I got a 2-0. And then I played against H3K, who I believe is a NorCal Mii Brawler, or SenCal Mii Brawler. Also plays Rob, also plays Mii Sword Fighter. So I was like, okay, all those characters, like, I want to go Mii Brawler. I'm just going to go Mii Brawler. So I played Mii Brawler, and then game 1 was Mii Brawler versus Mii Sword Fighter, and it was pretty good in my favor. And then game 2 was the Mii Brawler Ditto. I don't think we ran the same moveset, but I don't remember exactly what moves he ran. I think he ran Flashing Mach Punch. Actually, I remember he ran Flashing Mach Punch because I know that the only reason I won at the end of the game, it was like very close, but he kept trying to fish for Flashing Mach Punch, and I kept punishing him for it. So it kind of gave me the lead at the end of the game, and so I ended up winning that 2-0. Much less scary time than my previous Genesis, where I almost lost to Akko's Palutena in round 1 pools, which, by the way, shoutouts to Akko. They were the one that upset Hedo in their bracket. Very good player, scared the hell out of me last Genesis. So I'm glad to see them do well, and I've played them on Smash Bros. A couple times. They are an incredible player. So that put me into round 2 pools winners, where I ended up having to play Base Mage. And y'all, this set was so sad from my perspective. From Base Mage's perspective, it was great. He did everything he needed to. He got a billion rest. I'm actually going to go count them right now. So in a 5-game set, I got hit by 6 rests, and that's exactly what you need to do as Jigglypuff in that matchup. He played it really well. I also feel like I played it really well. I didn't feel, I mean, there was a couple of points where I had something better to do, where I like missed text and stuff like that. Mostly being an up smash punish on game 5 that I inputted, but there was too much shield lag on Jigglypuff's forward smash that like I timed it wrong, so nothing came out, which would have been the kill, and I would have had like, I had like a huge lead at that point. But he ended up killing me first, I'm pretty sure, or just did a lot of damage before I died. So I lost that, and then I went into loser's bracket, where I had to play against Lucian. Lucian being an Olimar main, I just went Mii Brawler after this. I kind of regretted not going Mii Brawler against Base Mage, because I wanted to do it when I was up in the set, but I never was. Dude, also the game 1 was so close against Base Mage too, so unfortunate. But I won that 3-0. Mii Brawler Olimar is really rough for Olimar in my opinion. Then I had to play against Caesar, who was a hero main, and I won that again with Mii Brawler 3-0. I'm just more comfortable with Mii Brawler in that matchup. And then I had to play against Hoshino, aka Chase, aka Yuno. Great, obviously Palutena player, Aegis player, Steve player from SoCal, very, very strong player. Like y'all know Chase for sure. And I lost that 3-1. Game 1 was very close, but he ended up like hitting the edge of the stage with a warp and drifting up, and I dash attacked him for it. Game 2, I think he 3-stalked me, and then games 3 and 4 were just very close. Game 4 was super close. I SD'd trying to like DI a down tilt on the ledge, and I did a second quick attack zip away from the ledge at like 80 or 90 or something. But then ended up being last hit. But yeah, Chase played really well. Again, I think overall I played very well. In all of my sets. I mean, there's a couple of flaws, obviously, because I still lost, but a lot of stuff was just me getting outplayed or me not being ready for certain things. The biggest thing that I've learned is that I need to refocus on parrying, because it's something I didn't really focus on since learning box, and it's something, like, Pikachu doesn't really need to for the most part, because my added shield options are crazy, but in the matchups I need to do it. I really need to do it, and that's part of my issues with Mario recently, with, you know, losing to Chase, even losing to Base Mage. I could have got a couple more parry punishes, so that's a big deal. But overall, the event was really fun. I got to stream a couple of really tight sets. You know, I was streaming, what was it, Sonics versus Zachary. I streamed Zachary versus MVD, MVD versus Cosmos. I got to watch my new Stride teammate Shattuck get top 8. The Artist Alley was really good. I got some good stuff. And then it was just a fun time overall. I met a lot of fans. A lot of people congratulated me on my new team, which was obviously amazing. And just overall, it was an incredibly fun time. Genesis, it had the super long line with security, but that's because also they had better security, so it was taking longer, but also they probably needed more staff. But after day 1, it was cleared up for sure. I got to see a bunch of old friends with like Melee people, or people that don't come out to too much, but they go to Genesis because it's like the big kahuna, right? So yeah, it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed the event thoroughly. I've learned what I need to work on. I still feel confident, right? I mean, again, Base Mage and Chase are both incredible players, and like I feel like I definitely should have beat Base Mage, given the fact that I got rested a bunch, and also the end of game 1 I was up 100% and I got sung at the ledge because I was a little too careless. Like, I saw it and I was just like, what is happening? And then I died to Forest Smash at 50. So, you know, I overall still feel really good. I played some sets against other top players and I was doing really well, except for Umeki. Umeki bodied me. Peach is terrifying. He footstool out of shields. I don't like that. But yeah, it was a really fun time overall. It was great meeting a bunch of people and talking to people, streaming the event. You know, meeting some of you that come to tournaments. You know, I met a couple of like long-time subs, like Grizzhawk, who's been here for a long time. Shout outs to them. And it was a really fun time. I really enjoyed myself. Genesis is always a fun tournament to go to. I'm sad I didn't do better. Of course, shoutouts to Zomba for winning. I'll be going over a ton of matches because there's so much to go over. I didn't even see everything because I was busy recording certain sets and I didn't see like a ton of stuff. And yeah, it was just a really fun time, and we can talk about the implications of, you know, top players or who's the best in the world, etc., etc. With, you know, the results of this tournament, considering how Mia and Gluto did, and then considering what the top 8 was. So yeah, as always, social media, Stride, and partner stuff is down below, and I will see you all next time. Peace. I'm playing with this thing on my finger, don't worry about it.